before that, I would like to welcome to the podium Attorney Benjamin Croft for his remarks. Would you please welcome him? Thank you.
I'm Attorney Ben Crump, and along with Attorney Tony Ramanucci and Attorney Chris Stewart, as my co-counsels out front seeking justice for the family of George Floyd, along with a lot of other great attorneys who are working in the background, who I will mention briefly before we bring up the ones who knew George Floyd all of his life. I want to thank lawyers towing in the vineyards like Devin Jacob, Chris O'Neill, Lee Merritt, Darrell Parks, Jasmine Rand, Bill Pentas, and Carol Powell-Lexon, because you may see Tony and Chris and I, but it's a whole team of lawyers who are working, because it's going to take a united effort fighting in the courtroom and outside the courtroom to get justice for George Floyd. I would tell you all that because of the coronavirus pandemic, we have to stay on a strict schedule, and we all have to do this social distancing. But I want to just put it on the record, Reverend Al, that it was not the coronavirus pandemic that killed George Floyd. I want to make it clear on the record. Will Packard, it was that other pandemic that we're far too familiar with in America, that pandemic of racism and discrimination that killed George Floyd. So before we make a plea to justice, we feel it appropriate that you hear from the people who really knew George the boy, knew George the adolescent, knew George the man, and from whence George came. So I would ask that his brother Polonus Floyd, his brother Rodney Floyd, his cousin Sharita Tate, his nephew Brandon Williams, please come to the stage, and I would ask Attorney Tony Ramanucci and Attorney Chris Stewart to come and stand with me behind them as united they tell the world why we should celebrate the life of George Floyd. Please come up, family.